Okay, hi guys. Right now we are doing, we're going to look at your college algebra section 2.2, which is all about circles. Okay, so we're going to start with the equation of a circle with a center of HK and radius R. Okay, so what does that look like? It is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, right, and so here hk is equal to your center and r is equal to the radius. Okay, so let's do an example. Okay, so example 1. So we are looking to, they want you to find the center radius form of the circle with, we have a center of -2, 3 and a radius equal to 15. Okay, so what is my h? First I'm going to go over here. I'm going to write my h is -2 and my k is a +3. Okay, and then I'm going to rewrite my equation. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so x minus my h is -2. So x minus -2 squared plus y minus my k is 3. So y minus 3 squared is equal to, my radius was 15, so 15 squared. Okay, and then I'm just going to simplify this a little bit. So this is x minus a -2 minus a negative becomes x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared, and that equals 15 squared is 225. Okay, so that was this first example, right? I'm going to go ahead and do another example. All right. So now in the reverse way, right? So before we go on to the next example, right? If you were given this equation, right? So this x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 225. You would want to be able to tell me what the center and the radius are, right? So we would want to remember that this is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals radius squared, right? So you would want to be able to go into the reverse, okay? So here my h, we know, was -2. My k is this +3, right? So you kind of take the opposite sign that's already there. And then you take your square root of your 225, which would have been 15. Okay, so now let's look at example 2. So example 2 is with a center of the square root of 5 and square root -7 and a radius of square root of 3. Okay, so now this looks kind of tricky, but it's not. It's the same idea, right? We do my h is the square root of 5. My k is negative square root of 7, right? So x minus my h, x minus radical 5 squared plus y minus my k. My k is negative radical 7, so y minus negative radical 7 squared is equal to radical 3 squared. Right? So this stays the same, x minus the square root of 5 squared plus y minus a negative becomes plus a positive, so plus the square root of 7 squared equals the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 would just become 3. Right? And so this is your center radius form of a circle with a center at the square root of 5, negative square root 7, and a radius of radical 3. Okay? So, now, that's one form of a circle, that x minus h squared plus, right, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. This is my center radius form. Okay. There is another form, and this is your general form. And my general form is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. Sorry, almost forgot my equal sign. Kind of did. Okay, so you get this, right? If you had just multiplied out our center radius form, right? If we had multiplied that all out using FOIL, right? These are two binomials. You multiply them together. You use FOIL. And then you set everything equal to 0. So you get everything off of that right side and move it all the way to the left. Okay, so let's look at this example that we had before, right? So we had x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 225, right? And so that's what we were working with before. So I'm just going to multiply this out. I'm going to take this from center radius form, and I want to get it into general form. So get to general form. Right. So I just want to multiply, right? So x plus 2 squared means that I'm doing x plus 2 times x plus 2. Right? And then y minus 3 squared means I'm doing y minus 3 times y minus 3. And that equals 225. I'm going to leave that over there for a little while until I multiply all of this out, right? So now we have two binomials. X plus 2 times x plus 2 means I'm going to multiply out using FOIL, right? So I want to FOIL each of these binomials. So x plus 2 times x plus 2, x times x is x squared plus 2 times x is 2x plus your outer, another 2 times x plus 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my y minus 3 times y minus 3, right? So y times y is y squared. Negative 3y times positive y is minus 3y. Y times negative 3y is minus 3y. And then negative y times negative y is plus 9. And that all equals 225. Okay? Now I'm just going to simplify. Okay? Combine like terms, right? So x squared, 2x plus 2x is 4x. Right? This 4 and this 9, I'm going to bring them over together in a second, right? So, and then I'm just going to I have my y squared plus y squared. Negative 3y minus 3y is minus 6y. And then the 4 plus the 9 is plus 13 equals 225, right? Now I have almost everything done. Remember, we just want to make sure this equals 0, so I'm going to subtract 225 on both sides. Okay, and so when I do that, I am left with x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y. 13 minus 225 is minus 212. That all equals 0. So this is your general form of that same equation that we started with, right? So we started with, they gave us the center of negative 2, 3 with a radius of 15, right? You found the center radius form. And from there we multiplied it all out and you found the general form, which is down here. Okay, this is your general form. Okay, so I'm going to leave off there in this video. In my next video, I'm going to do the reverse. So right now this video was about getting a given center and a radius, create the center radius form of an equation, and then from there we went to the general form of the equation. Now we're going to go the opposite way. In the next video I'm going to talk about starting with the general form and then finding the center and the radius from each of those, or for that. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's where we're going to go. Okay, but I hope this was helpful.